Welcome back, SethBling here. Today's video is all about pushable blocks. This is a data pack that I made that will turn blocks, normal blocks, into pushable blocks. You can jump on them, you can stand on them, they can stack on top of each other. I made it so you can push them upstairs. And it's going to be a way to like lift the blocks up so that they will, so that you can actually stack them on top of each other yourself. And then you can like jump on them and everything. You can pull them if you hold the sneak key, shift or whatever it is. You can pull blocks, jump on them. Over here, let's see. So I made a special case. Magma cubes or magma blocks and ice blocks are the only like special blocks that have special physics. Everything else just acts like sort of like a normal block. Like ice block will extinguish fire. Magma blocks will create fire wherever it goes. And if you push the two together, they sort of blast each other apart. They don't like it. Everything else just acts kind of the same as each other. They just look different. So this data pack is called Pushables, and to use it, you just use function pushables : create block. By default, this will just create a diamond block wherever you're standing. But if you run it at a location where there's already a block, let's say I want to make another magma block, you use execute positioned tilde, tilde -1 tilde, or wherever you want to position it, and then you run that function pushables : create block, and it will turn that block into from a solid, like a normal solid block, into a pushable block. If you want to delete a block, you do the same thing, except instead of running create block at that location, you use remove here, and that'll delete that block. There's also a remove all function. I'm not going to run it, but that will remove all pushable blocks from your world, in case you just don't want them anymore. Let me hop into Spectator Mode. This one actually does use armor stands. I've been using a lot of particle, what are they called? Splash potion effect areas. Anyway, this one actually uses armor stands because, for a couple of reasons. So the physics of how you push them around and what the objects collide with is actually done with armor stands. And so you can kind of see that if I make a hole and I push one of these blocks into the hole, it doesn't, the hitbox for like being pushed around doesn't take up the entire block. That's why it's able to get pushed a little bit into the wall. So and then also like when it bounces upstairs and everything, you can kind of see that's basically the armor stand being moved around. So the armor stand is what does all the physics in terms of the object colliding with other things. There's also an invisible shulker, and so I removed the ability to create cobwebs, but you can see this is what the invisible shulker looks like. He acts as the physics object for other things colliding with it, so that's why they're stackable on top of each other, is because that shulker box provides a location for the for stuff to collide with. And so there's 3 armor stands. There's one that acts as the physics object that collides with terrain and other things. There's another armor stand which has the shulker riding it, because shulkers can normally only be at like integer XYZ coordinates. Like it can't be in between blocks, that sort of thing. So it has to be riding something else in order to do that. And then also there's a falling sand block that provides the skin, and that's also riding an armor stand. If it wasn't riding the armor stand, it would just like touch the ground, and it also wouldn't update its position very quickly. So it has to be riding something in order to like smoothly update its position. So there are actually some armor stands with this one. It's kind of been a while since I've really used armor stands in a data pack. Yeah, that's how it works. That's what the capabilities are. The blocks will push each other. I try to get them to push each other pretty well. I think this is really usable for like puzzle maps and that sort of thing. Oh, I don't think I showed this. They also act as a ceiling, so you know all 6 sides of the block are sort of solid. So that's it basically works about like you'd want it to. Oh yeah, I can show you. The blocks will trigger things like pressure plates. Oh, whoops, wasn't quite centered. So let's go ahead and just do that. So there's a pressure plate, and you can see it's pressed. Okay, so let me start this clock. Also, it will trigger, it'll interact with things like slime blocks and pistons. So let me see if I can push this up in here. And just get it in that little hole. There we go. And so that slime block piston here. Excuse me. I am a little bit sick. You might be able to hear that in my voice. Yeah, so the slime block actually pushes, pops that pushable block up here. And so you can use it for puzzles or whatever you want to use it for. It's very flexible. I personally want to make some puzzles with this. I'm not going to say too much more for now, but yeah. So there's a link in the video description if you want to download it. Pushables is the name of the data pack. That's about it. Thanks for watching.